Similarly, non-renewable resources are also divided into two groups. Recyclable and non-recyclable. Biological resources are further divided into wildlife resources, and forests. Or natural vegetation are natural vegetation. The example of continuous or flow. The example of continuous or flow is wind, solar energy, water energy, etc. The example of recyclable resources are metals, because metals are recyclable. The example of non-recyclable resources is fossil fuel. It is well known to us the fossil fuels are non-recyclable. This is a broad classification of resources. Now I am going to classify resources on other basis. There are so many classification of resources. Here it is necessary to talk about human resources also. Human resources have been classified into two groups: structures. Structures means every creation which is made by man on the surface of earth. Bridges, buildings, temples, mosques, etc., etc., are a lot of creations of man, or we can say a lot of man-made things which are present on the earth, which have been being used to satisfy our needs. Those all come in the category of structures. Now, human resources are examined on the basis of quality, on the basis of their usefulness. And their quantity also matters a lot for us. Now I am going to classify resources on some other basis. First of all, I am going to classify resources on the basis of their origin. On the basis of origin, resources can be classified into two groups. That is abiotic and biotic. Abiotic and biotic. Among abiotic resources, all the useful things which are present on the earth and have some capacity to satisfy our needs, but those are non-living things who have their origin from non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, fossil fuels, all the minerals, different type of rocks, these are the abiotic resources. Now I am going to talk about biotic resources, all the resources which have their origin from some living thing are called biotic resources. For example, our livestock, forests, etc. are the examples of biotic resources. Now we categorize the resources on the basis of exhaustibility. We have already discussed earlier about the renewable and non-renewable resources. All the resources which are non-renewable will come in the category of exhaustible resources. For example, fossil fuels, all the minerals the metals, they are exhaustible because the rate of their recovery on our earth is much slower than their consumption. We can say they cannot be regained again. Those all resources come into the category of exhaustible resources. Now, some resources are which are not exhaustible. For example, the water, because water cycle is always maintained. Then water resources, wind, solar insulation, these all are not exhaustible. Therefore, they come into the category of renewable resources. Now I am going to divide resources on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, resources can be categorized as individual. All those things which are in the possession of an individual or a group of individuals are called individual resources. There are a lot of examples of individual resources. For example, our house, our fields, the companies owned by different people or group of people are come into the category of individual resources. In this classification, next type is community resources. Some resources are owned by the community, and all those resources are come into the category of community resources, like the ponds, panchayat bhavan, town hall, etc., etc. There are many examples of community resources. Now I am going to proceed in our discussion. The next type in this type of resources is national resource. We know that all the resources present in our country is in the control of our national government, and all the resources present in our territory is national resource. Not only in the our territory, but twelve nautical miles, that is 22.2 kilometer from our coast is also is our national resource. Anything which is present in this particular area, that is 12 nautical mile. 12 nautical mile or 22.2 kilometer from the seashore. Or in the possession of our country, and all those resources are called the national resource. Next category in the resources on the basis of ownership is international resource. Prior to know about the international resources, we have to discuss exclusive economic zone. The 200 nautical miles from the seashore of a country is called an exclusive economic zone. In that particular area, the concerned nation has a special right to explore, extract, and use the resources present in this particular area in its exclusive economic zone. It means a country can perform fishing, search minerals, make other different type of usage like research, etc., can do in this particular area. This particular area is called exclusive economic zone. The oceans beyond exclusive economic zone, it means 200 nautical miles away from the seashore of a country, are called international resources. Here I shall make you clear that 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers. next next classification is based on the development of resources. The first category in this regard is potential. Next one is developed. Third one is stock. And fourth one is reserve. Now we shall discuss the classification of resources on the basis of their development. All those resources are come into the category of potential resources which have capacity to satisfy our needs, but they will be used in future. For example, in Rajasthan and Gujarat, there is a ample potential for the solar and wind energy, but it will not being used presently. It may satisfy our need in future. Therefore, it is come into the category of potential resource. Now, what about the developed resources? Developed resources are the resources which are surveyed. Their quantity and quality have been decided. But their use will depend on the availability of appropriate technology. We can take a very common example of biofuel. We know that biofuel have capacity to satisfy our needs.